सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Mahayogi Swami Umanand Saraswati ki jai. Well, Hindi had a good response too. Um, I will be again going to Hindi, but today we shall take the topic up in English. Today I am going to talk about darshan. Can we see gods? Can we see gurus? Can we see great saints, especially in their physical absence? Yes, I have been fortunate enough to see quite a few saints. There are some moments of meditation, there are some early moments of morning sleep, visions. They are, yes, I think these two places one can tend to see them. So, in meditation, one can see, and morning visions, sometimes you can have early morning between say 3 and 6. Of course, you should be meditating, but sometimes we tend to doze off, we sleep, and it is this time that we can see gods. And now, I have to give you at least minimum, I can give you a, let's say, 25, 30 experiences about these, but we shall select a few. Now, I shall be only talking about my personal experiences here. And let's begin with, have I first seen my own guru? Yes. I have seen my guru in the form of visions. So let us begin there first. As you know, my guru is Umanand Saraswati. Of course, today the photo on the wall is missing because I'm traveling. I'm not back at home. I'm in Hyderabad. The photograph is not with me, but she's there in my heart. Yes, let me talk about one of the visions which I had. I had gone to the ashram, my guru's ashram at Andheri, and I was sitting there to be initiated. And it so happened that suddenly from my guru's room, which was next to me, I was made to sit in a place to be initiated, and then next to it was her room. So first, before anything else, I saw a certain bluish light coming out from the slit below the door, a very thin slit below the door, and a beautiful blue light emerged, and gradually it filled the entire space and the hall got converted, sort of. I was with my eyes closed, of course, and it slowly got just changed into blue, a space, proper space that you see normally when you look up at the sky. But it was deep blue, of course, because the color itself, which emerged from under the door, was deep blue. And it just got filled in. And suddenly I saw my guru. She was riding on a Nandi. And it was, I had absolutely no idea till then that something like this I would be seeing. And of course, she descended not from Nandi, She was seated on Nandi, and the Nandi descended. And as she came closer, I saw another figure sitting behind was Muktanand Baba, so who's my Param Guru. Now, this was the vision I had, and it lasted for, let's say, a couple of at least 1 minute, let's say, more than 40-50 seconds. And the only word she just talked loudly, which I could hear, was, "So you have come finally." And I was like, yes, and I could probably see myself with hands folded standing there. I could see the Nandi. I could see her seated on Nandi. And she had almost occupied uh, one third of the space that I could see. And it was huge. It was a huge vision. Um, well, this is just to give you an idea that one can see gods. Then I shall give you another example. Do gods talk to us in the visions? So I shall give one idea, mention one dream that I had. I dreamt that I traveled through space and I landed in Sringeri. Sringeri is a place where one of the four Shankar Acharya Peeth, Hindu religious heads, they dwell. And I saw myself travel, and I went into the abode of Shankaracharya, where he was seated, and he was talking to me in Kannada, and I know a little bit of it, no doubt, but I wouldn't have followed him. But it was as if that he talked to me comfortably in Kannada, and I was replying in Marathi, and probably without knowing the languages, we could understand each other. Now, these are a few things I would like to tell so that we can, all those who do follow Kundalini Yoga and sit for meditation, and if Mother Kundalini decides to introduce you to these various lok, the worlds of the saints and unseen world, then don't be surprised. Don't feel it's delusion. It's definitely something which is called a beautiful grace moment of life. And it is not necessarily that you get restricted to only your religious gods and saints. At times, you can also see the gods of the other religions. I would not, I don't want to deny, yes, I have seen almost all the gods of most of the other faiths in my dreams, in my morning visions, early morning visions. I shall give you a very simple way which you can try and see if you get fortunate enough. Suppose if you get up, let's say at morning 3, and then you do a little sadhana, then you take up meditation, then you can take up jap. That is, I had told you, you can do it on your rudraksha. You do the beads, the mantras, and you, let's say you continue to have a morning 3 to 4 hours of morning sadhana session. You can read some gospels of various gods. Then you can even what else? Say some prayers. We have some Rudra and Swadhyay, which are there in the form of mantras in my videos. And we have the books also. Those who are interested could ask for them, and we can send the original ones, the copies of the books to download, or they are even available in shops. Sri Rudram, Sri Swadhyay, all these are available in shops. So you can buy them, and they might be there even in the form of soft copies on your computers, because they are very well known prayers. So you can print them out, and you can follow the cassettes, the audios. And suppose you tend to spend, say, 3 to 4 or 5 hours on during the morning time, and then suppose you feel drowsy. Let's say we are talking about having visions, and then suppose you feel drowsy, and you lie down in the form of Shavasan. Shavasan is you relax your entire body slowly. Every time you exhale, you relax your body. That is Shavasan. You can practice it. And as you practice it and you tend to fall asleep, now this is a very sweet moment when you are probably not, your body, mind, and everything is a little exhausted, so it doesn't entertain any thoughts. And then you are in a state which is called unmani. Unmani, that is when you have no more thoughts pursued. You have just exhausted your thought process, and your entire body, mind, and intellect is now in a very relaxed state, and you are practicing Shavasan. And during these moments, if when you doze off, you might end up seeing a lot of gods. Trust me, I could name a list of them. uh, yes, you can see various gods. Just as an example, I will tell you, I have seen Bhagwan Nityananda. Uh, he was, I was going through a tunnel, and it was dark and dark and dark, as if I was penetrating into a deep dark hole. And then suddenly, far away, I was pretty scared at that time. But at the other end of the hole, there was a tunnel. There was a small spark of light, and as I approached, this radiated so huge, it looked like sunlight. And in the place of sun, of course, there was Bhagwan Nityananda, and his body was illuminating light. I sort of I was in my dream, and I went around seeing him, and of course, I had that beautiful moment. And when I woke up, of course, such moments, they they inspire you to continue meditating. Then I saw many gods. I have seen. I have. Then I have also seen many saints. I have seen Sant Gnanadev. I have seen Shirdi Sai Baba, and you name them. And yes, I have seen amongst Navnath. I have seen Nivritti Nath. I have seen probably Gehni Nath. I have seen, and Muktabai I have seen. Well, friends, these are beautiful names, and these life sketches of these saints also. Uh, Please try and see if you can trace them in Google's and read a little about them. They are great saints. They can come and bless you, uh, and you can see gods. Yes, if you wish to meditate, you can see your gurus, you can see gods, you can see saints, and they don't have to belong to your religion. They are there, they are godmen for all the world, entire world. So you name them and they are there. Yes, whether it is Islamic religion or Christianity or Zoroastrian, uh, I think I've had glimpses of these great figures, and let me humbly salute each one of them for such graced moments. And they definitely can be seen. Uh, so intensify your meditation and see, let me know. Thank you. This is Swami Radhikanand from Pune.